If you're looking to retire in Durham Region, or you're looking for areas that suit seniors or adults who are past the growing family stage of life and maybe looking to downsize, then this is the video for you. I've made many videos on areas in Durham Region, but a lot of them focus on first-time homebuyers and younger families because that's who primarily reaches out to me through these videos. But I know that their priorities can be very different from seniors or someone who's nearing retirement. With first-time buyers and younger families, they're usually happy to be able to enter the real estate market, and their priorities tend to be focused on getting into a safe and affordable neighborhood where they can raise a family, but also somewhere that makes it easy for them to commute to work, which is usually in or towards Toronto. But I know as you get closer or into the retirement stage of your life, that your priorities can shift from focusing on work and getting the best bang for your buck to family and lifestyle. Everyone's retirement dream is a little bit different. Some want a condo, some want an adult lifestyle community, and others may want peace and quiet outside of the city and are looking for a more rural community. In this video, I'm going to try and cover as much as I can and hopefully point you in the direction of some areas that may work best for you. I can't cover everything because everyone's ideal home is going to be different, so if you don't see something in here that suits you, or if you have any questions about these areas, you can use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. My contact info is in there as well. My name is Jessie McLellan, and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario with the Lisa Abbott team, and I make videos to keep you up to date on our real estate market in Durham Region, so if that interests you, feel free to subscribe to this channel. The first area we're going to start off with is often one of the first places that you'll come across when starting your search because it's a community of fairly affordable looking bungalows in Newcastle. The area I'm talking about is in Wilmot Creek in Newcastle. This area is located right down by Lake Ontario, and it's just a few minutes from the 401 and 115 highways. This area is definitely not for everyone, and the reason I say that is because it's a gated adult lifestyle community. Here you'll find bungalows that can range from about $400,000 for a small fixer-upper up to almost $900,000 for one of the larger premium models. The catch with these homes, though, is that they are land leases, so you cannot get a traditional mortgage on these homes because you don't own the land, and there is a hefty $1,100 a month fee that comes with living there, and that's on top of your property taxes. So most of the people who move here are selling their property and using the cash to buy a home in Wilmot Creek outright. If you have a property to sell or you have the ability to purchase one of these homes with cash and you like the idea of only being around other seniors and retirees, this could be a great option for you. The residents of Wilmot Creek get access to plenty of amenities inside the community, including a golf course, pools, hot tub, sauna, pickleball courts, and more. It's exactly what you would expect from an adult lifestyle community. Anyone who's looking to purchase into this community also has to be approved by the board, so there is a bit of a process to go through. If you're interested in this area, feel free to reach out to me and I'm happy to get you more information. If you're not into the adult lifestyle community, but maybe you like the idea of living in Newcastle and living near the waterfront, a great alternative could be over here near the Port of Newcastle. It's located very close to Wilmot Creek, but it's a fairly new community. You'll find a variety of homes here, but most of the detached are going to be larger two-story homes. They usually aren't what a retiree would be looking for, although you can find a couple bungalow condos around the mid-700s that are about 1,200 square feet in size, so that could be a great choice. But what also might be worth looking into are the condo apartments on Shipway Avenue and Lake Breeze Drive. Here you can find units from the high 400,000s to about the mid 6s depending on the building and unit size. These are mostly 1+ den and 2+ den bedroom layouts that range anywhere from 700 to a little over 800 square feet. But the fees are more reasonable here, and they typically range from about $350 to $550 a month. The great thing about this area is that you're located right by the water and have easy access to the waterfront trail, and the residents in the building tend to be a more mature demographic, as the families with children tend to live in the larger detached homes in the area. And similar to Wilmot Creek, your condo fees give you access to the Admiral's Walk Clubhouse, which gives you access to an indoor pool, a gym, a library, yoga, and more. And it's right across the street from the condo building. You also have easy access to the 401 and 115 highways, and the town of Newcastle is a very quiet and charming town and has all your basic shopping needs. The downside to this community is that there's not much in walking distance beside the trails, clubhouse, and marina. Any stores or restaurant you'll be looking to visit will require a short drive into Newcastle, so that's one thing to be mindful of. But Lisa, my partner, does have a client who lives in these condo buildings and they absolutely love it. If the proximity to shopping is a bit of a deal breaker for you, but you like the idea of the condo apartments, I would recommend looking in Bowmanville in the Aspen Springs area. Now, Aspen Springs and Clarington Boulevard have multiple condo apartment buildings that provide similar living environment, but put you much closer to shopping and restaurants. It's anywhere from an 8 to 20 minute walk to the plazas, depending on which building you live in. These units can be a bit smaller, but some are in the 600 to 700 square foot range, and prices can range from the high 300s to the low 400s for the smaller units. Some of the bigger ones will push just above the $500,000 mark. Maintenance fees range from about $330 to $450 for the apartments in Aspen Springs, and the highest I think I've seen is about $650 a month for the one on Clarington Boulevard. The downsides or things you should know about this area are that not every building in Aspen Springs has an elevator. There are a couple that are 3 stories tall, and those ones have stairs only. So if you look at those units, you might want to stick to units on the main floor. And these are not a seniors focused building only. There are definitely more young professionals and small families in addition to seniors. Being right in the heart of Bowmanville and at the lower price point, it's the entry-level segment of the market for buyers, so you will definitely have a variety of people and families living here. If you're sick of me talking about condo apartments, I'll give you a break for a minute as we move towards Courtice. Just north of Nash Road off of Centerfield Drive is Spryfield Drive and Washburn Path. And here you can find bungalow townhomes. The nice thing about this area is that it's a little bit tucked away from the rest of the neighborhood. So although there are plenty of families with kids in schools nearby, the lifestyle in this pocket is fairly quiet and relaxed. The homes here start at about $800,000 and go up beyond $900,000. These are relatively new homes that were built in the last 5 years or so the finishes and everything are pretty good quality. Nothing is going to be extremely dated. In my opinion, the price is a little steep for a townhome, but being that it's hard to find townhome bungalows anywhere in Durham Region, and these are fairly new, people will pay a premium for it. Although it's not a normal condo, there is still a monthly fee of about $140, and that covers your garbage and snow removal. In this case, it's called a pottle fee, or a parcel of tied land fee. It's similar to a condo in ways, but just on a smaller scale. You do have shopping plazas, restaurants at Tim Hortons in pretty close proximity, but the only real drawback I would say besides the price is that the backyards are fairly small and not all that private. Some of the units in there I've seen do not have a fenced backyard, so you're essentially looking right into your neighbor's yard, and that's not going to work for everyone. Okay, so we've covered a lot so far, but everything has a monthly fee behind it. This next area has a lot of freehold bungalows. Now, bungalows aren't hard to find in Oshawa. There are thousands of wartime bungalows all over Oshawa and Durham Region, but if you want one of the best pockets, then I would suggest looking over here. It's a neighborhood located near Harmony and King Street in Oshawa in the Regent Drive and Riverside Drive area. This neighborhood is full of beautiful bungalows, but this area, in my opinion, is a little bit more special than the other areas with bungalows in Oshawa. If you drive through or walk through this area, you'll quickly realize it's a very mature neighborhood with very well-maintained homes. There is not a very high turnover in this area because people love living here. And even though it's located close to Harmony and King Street, you don't really get a whole lot of traffic because this neighborhood is not a shortcut to anything. And the road noise is very little unless you live right by the main road. But you do get the benefit of being close to shopping, restaurants, and transit. I've sold a few homes in this area over the last couple of years, and I love it there. The neighbors all know each other and are extremely friendly. It's a relatively affordable area given the lot sizes, the lifestyle, and the fact that they are well-maintained, detached homes. You'll typically find the homes in this area start in the low 700s and go up to about the mid 800s. If you're looking for a bungalow but want more mature neighbors, I would strongly recommend including this area in your home search. And if you'd like to see other areas like this one, reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the description of this video, and I can definitely recommend some other areas for you. I know this video is pretty heavily focused on different types of condos, but that's honestly because most retiree couples tend to gravitate towards these types of properties. And those that are looking for freehold properties, they tend to be sprinkled all over the place rather than being clustered in one specific area. Especially if you're considering rural properties, the options are much more scattered. The last area is another condo apartment, but this is where I find so many seniors end up looking. And that is because it's one of the best combinations combinations of lifestyle and convenience for senior couples and retirees. And that's Whitby Shores in Port Whitby, specifically the condo apartments on Charles and Watson Street, as well as the condos on Gordon Street. Between these buildings, you can find quite a variety of units. Prices can range from the mid 400s for a roughly 500 square foot unit up to the mid or high 700s for a unit that can be 1,200 to 1,500 plus square feet in the Charles and Watson Street buildings. And the condos on Gordon tend to go for a little bit more of a premium, as they can range from mid 6s up to the nearly 900,000 mark. The condo fees are also all over the place depending on the building and the size of the unit, anywhere from $500 to north of $1,000 a month in condo fees. But as with all condo fees, it's important to know what's included in that fee, what amenities are offered, and if any of your utilities are included. In the case of 1600 Charles Street, heat and water are included, as well as access to a small indoor pool, gym, rooftop deck, etc. The downsides are mainly going to be price point related. There is a premium to live in this area, especially if you want a waterfront facing unit, and the buildings don't have any crazy amenities that you might find in other areas, but you do have a super convenient location. You have easy access to the Waterfront Trail and Whitby Yacht Club. Iroquois Sports Center is located just up the road. There's also a plaza with stores and restaurants all within walking distance, so you're never traveling too far to get what you need. The Whitby Lakefront is beautiful in the summertime and is only a short walk away, especially from the Charles and Watson Street buildings. And every year there's the Whitby Rib Fest that's held at the Victoria Fields, just a short walk away from any of the condo buildings. These buildings tend to appeal to a mature crowd looking for a more relaxed and quiet living environment. With the nearby grocery stores, restaurants, walking trails, transit, GO train station, and the hospital located on Gordon Street, it makes it one of the most convenient locations for retirees and senior couples. Plus, the price premium for many of the units really only makes financial sense for seniors looking to downsize into a beautiful area with low maintenance, where younger families with children will tend to look at larger freehold and detached options when shopping in the $700,000 to $900,000 price range with larger yard space for kids to play. Of course, there are too many areas to fit into just one video, and many areas that only come up very rarely, including ones like a few bungalow puddle townhomes on 715 Grandview Street North, condo bungalow townhomes at 1111 Wilson Road, 7 Oak Street in Whitby, Cullen Way, Paul Burns Way, and Dabbs Way in Whitby. So if you'd like to ask me questions about any of these or any of the ones that I mentioned, or would like me to suggest some different areas that might work better for you based on your situation, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know it can be overwhelming trying to get a sense of the market and the differences in each neighborhood, and I'm happy to help point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to keep up to date on the Durham Region real estate market, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye.